afternoon everybody, my name is Jamie Jew, welcome back to a brand new video. It is the morning after the afternoon, evening, well, nightish now before, and we've just had the Junior Eurovision Song Contest come and gone, and boy oh boy has it been one heck of a load of chaos, mental arithmetic, quite literally, and absolute shock and awe when it comes to the outcome. And in this particular little video, it's going to be relatively short, but I thought I would do a little bit of analysis work, reading in between the lines as to what on earth, on why on earth it happened. Are you ready to talk about it? Roll those titles. But before we delve into all of that, I would of course encourage you guys to subscribe to my Eurovision YouTube channel. I've got my little counter over there. And of course, if you want to follow me on all of the socials, well, I say only socials, it's only Instagram and TikTok. They're over on my, well, that's my little hand on the top right there. So you want to go check them out, that would be absolutely fantastic. But yes, let's dive into the main nitty gritty of them all. Well, let's just go through the main overall arching absolute, well, pinnacle of what on earth happened. So in other words, let's go through the full results. So let's delve into those results right now. Let's go through a reverse order from effectively the wooden spoon to the top of the shop. In 17th place, probably unsurprisingly, was San Marino. Idols Ascend with Comme Noir with 47 points. You know what? Fair play to them, getting a lot of televoting points, but only one from the jurors. I'm not surprised. I really wasn't surprised. I just think with that song, it was, well, it wasn't a bad song per se. It's just on the night, and I think even with jury night as well, though we haven't seen any footage of that at all. But I'm guessing their harmonies, for whatever reason, just didn't gel well. It felt quite awkward in amongst what I just saw. No disrespect to Idols Ascend, because I'm sure they put in a lot of hard work and a lot of absolute pleasure into doing their performance. It just didn't come across well when it came to the audience. So that being said, 46 points, not last at all from the online voting, was definitely surprising, but unfortunately not enough to get off the bottom of the table. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. 16th was North Macedonia, Marathon performed by Anna and Alexei. Let's face it, I think with that one, it was the staging element. It just felt fairly empty. There wasn't a lot going on apart from the LED stuff saying run, run, run. I do feel that their performance and in charisma were very good. But every time, or at least on the televoting night, every time Anna tried to do the high notes, I don't even notice, there was always like a little squeal every single time she tried to do one. There was also quite a lot of them, to be fair. So, I don't know, it came across, just felt like, I don't know, they could have done something a bit better with it. But, you know what, North Macedonia, you're not last. Take that what you can get. I think they should just need to come up with something a little bit more upbeat than that, and a little bit more out there. I think, if anything, the ballad they had to begin with, they should have kept with that, personally, but it is what it is. 15th was Ireland, Le Chalel by Enya Cox Dempsey. It wasn't last on both spectrums, as far as I'm aware. No, it wasn't last at all, but listen, I'm not surprised it came this low, because even though the LED stuff was very good and the dancers were very up for it, and Enya put in the best performance you could ever imagine. I mean, her vocals were absolutely amazing on the night, I will admit. I just feel that maybe given the rest of the competition, the way it sounded with the instruments didn't feel like a modern song from the 2020s. It felt like you're back to the 2000s, which unfortunately is what not a lot of people are going to be voting for. It is a shame for Ireland, and I think they could really dwell on that, and really felt like they could certainly improve on that for many years to come. But for right now, take what you can get, and you know, be thankful you're not last for sure. It's not an impressive showing, you're bottom 5, but you know what? Fingers crossed for Ireland next year if they come back. 14th was Estonia, Tanavad performed by Annabelle. Great song. I would say her vocals probably weren't the best. Probably one of the weaker ones on the night, but she gave it a good go. In fact, her high notes were very impressive, I will admit. We're very impressive with that. Hair getting in the way. But the staging, that felt a bit empty. And whoever was in charge of outfits, you need the sack. Whoever was in charge of the outfit department of Annabelle's attire, Get rid of them. Just I don't know what they were thinking with that pink sort of not onesie, what am I about? But like pink tracksuit. That's what I meant to say. I don't know what they came across with that one. It felt a bit weird, felt a bit awkward. The 2 starters I thought was alright, but I'm not surprised this did poorly because everything about it, with the staging and the outfits, they need sacking straight away. Because it was a banger of a tune, a lot of people really did like it, but yeah, the rest of it unfortunately brought it down many a level, and it's such a shame really. The same could also be said in terms of being such a shame for Cyprus. They finished 13th with 60 points. By the way, with Estonia coming 14th, 15th to Ireland. Estonia got 14th, despite the fact having same points as Ireland, because they got more online votes. That's why they're 14th. But Cyprus came 13th with 60 points. Crystal Waters, performed by Maria Pisaridis. I need to get that right. Listen, I think this is an adult song. It's an adult song to a T. You had adult elements in there whereby a lot of the Eurovision fan base would love it. I really liked it. It was very catchy, very slay. She really slayed in the dance break, has to be said. But it's not a kid's song. This is why it did so low. This is not a kid's song by any stretch of the imaginations. The drumming bits were... everything about it would pass for an adult song contest. Not for the juniors. And as much as Maria did a fantastic job of absolutely, as I say, slaying the hell out of it, and actually the staging was pretty cool. I think also with the fact you had fire elements in a song called Crystal Waters, that would have got lost in translation if you ask me. So I can understand why this did so low, but it is a bit harsh coming only 13th in a field of impressive songs. And it was a very good song. I quite liked it, but I'm not surprised it did poorly with the jurors, because it's not a kid's song. In fact, it came second last with the jurors. Ouch. Oh dear, poor them. 12th was Poland, altogether by Dominic Aaron with 61 points. So this is certainly... I think it could have gone worse for Poland. I think they'll take solace from the fact that they did all right with this one. The song is... I will admit now, it's not that great. Well, I'll never admit it to begin with. It's not a great song, but I love Dominic. I think everybody adored Dominic and wanted him to do well. He hit those high notes, and those doves were actually very nice. And there's little petal things in the bridge with the dancers. That was beautifully done as well. The song was just so mid. This is why I did so poorly. But you know what? I think, again, Poland can take solace with it. Maybe they should have done a few CGI effects. Just a couple. But, no, I think Poland, as I say, they can take solace that they weren't this bad. 12th is not too bad. They'll take okayness of that. Same in regards to Germany. This could have gone a whole lot worse. I didn't rate this much whatsoever. I must admit, it wasn't even anywhere near my top 10. But you know what? Coming... 57 points for the online vote. Very well done indeed. Near the bottom, I think we're bottom 5 with the jury votes. But 71 points overall, coming 11th, just outside the top 10. Bjarni can take, they absolutely can take that. Not much else to say, other than that I think they kind of deserve where they need to be. I think with 11th place, you would kind of predict that for them. There's no other way of saying that. Staging was alright, vocals hit and miss here and there, but Bjarni looked too cute to say no or to not vote for whatsoever. So well done to Germany. Into the top 10, the Netherlands were 10th with Music by Stay Tuned. You know what, given the remainder of the competition this year, and it was strong competition in terms of staging. Well, first of all, there were 3 costume changes, like fair play to the Netherlands. They did well. Look, don't get me wrong, they were very good on stage, and harmonies were really good. They all performed very well. I just think they need to avoid these sorts of songs now, personally. Just try and, maybe go through ballads, go through any other kind of things, but having these sort of similar uppity-boppity songs to try and get the party going. Maybe try and avoid them now, because it is getting a little bit repetitive. But you know what? Still a top 10 finish. Well done, Netherlands. Well done. Moving on to 9th place, which is Italy. Simone Cran performing Pyjama Party at 98 points they got. Do you know what? Well done to Italy. A lot of people kind of wrote this off, but it did fairly impressively well, mainly thanks to some very ingenious staging. And told you, get some pajamas on. It kind of really wasn't pajamas, but hey, you get some pajamas on, get a bed. They got a trampoline, they got a load of pillows. Pajama party. It makes sense. It's still not a great, like, amazing song. It definitely wouldn't have challenged for maybe the top 5. I don't think. Definitely wasn't a winner. But you know what? 9th place finish. It kind of met its, where it's supposed to be. It got it was kind of like the main prediction position of where it was at. And also, Simone was actually brilliant live. Like, he performed very well. I'd say it's a solid position where they had to be. That's all you can really say for. Nothing much else to say about that. But into the top 8 and all of the ones getting the triple figure of points. In 8th place was Armenia. Excuse me, performing the song Cosmic Friend was Leo, and they scored 125 points. So you know what, coming fairly early in the running order, that's not too bad. I think if they came in a better running order, it could have done a little bit better. But I just think it's a little bit harsh if you ask me, because I did quite like it. It's very kid friendly. It's about it was a load of circles, there was spinning stuff. He was out of breath, the poor sod, because he was so much into it. I don't know if you saw him at the end of his performance. He was like, oh, bless him, God's sake. But no, they did a fantastic job, Armenia. I think they could have gone more online points than they should have done, personally. I mean, they did relatively well with the jurors. Yeah, only 49 with the public. A little bit harsh, but hey, what can you do? What can you do? But same in regards to Albania, who got 7th place overall. Veloce, I think it's the song title, performed by Nicole Cabelli. This was a huge jury bait winner. Well done, Albania. The two A's doing very well. In fact, they came sort of relatively close with each other in terms of the running order and indeed the placings. Kind of slightly ironic a little bit. They were really, really close with each other. Fair play to both of them. And Albania was the sass. Absolute sass from Nicole. She did an amazing job with the and all the rest of it, and with the flowers, bringing one out of nowhere. Yeah, come on. This is why she did really well, and she probably did the same bit of sassiness in the jury night, so fair play to them. They came out of nowhere. Not a lot of people rated the song, but it was her sass that had got her through, and she was amazing. Same in regards to the sassiness of Spain. I'm surprised they came 6th. I would have thought they'd at least get top 5 with the hosts. Chloe De La Rosa performing the song Como La Lola, getting 144 points. Didn't do too bad with the online vote, but I don't know. I just think maybe they should have done a little bit better than this. They should have come top 5 if you ask me. But hey, listen, there was a lot going on with the staging, with the sort of Instagram or TikTok kind of shenanigans. Ooh, she's gone live. And she did an amazing job. There was a lot of support for her. Yeah, I just think 6 is a little bit harsh. I think it should have at least got top 5 with the way it all sassed about. Though I do think she should have moved about a lot more with the camera at the end, rather than just sort of be static with it showing on the top and sort of go kind of thing. I think because it's a jolly song, she should have moved about a bit more, because I thought she had a bit of charisma and a little bit of bounciness on her, but maybe she didn't want to get knackered. I don't know. To the top 5 now is, well, do you know what? Well done, Malta. 5th place. Like, fat round of applause for that. Ramirez Skiberas with the song Stilia Chechnya, I think so you pronounce it. I do apologise if I butchered that. With 153 points, he made this his own. And tell you what, just looking at the points here, talk about consistency. 79 with the online vote, 74 with the jurors. He did amazingly well with the public. A lot of people voted for this, and it's not even just a case of saying, oh, it's because, it's all about diversity. This kid absolutely made the song his own. Ramirez performed it beautifully well. He had amazing vocals, and the staging was actually really, really cool to watch with all its fire effects. And also at the end, you saw his parents crying their eyes out. It was so majestically beautiful. A load of people, including myself, slept on it, but it's what counts on the night, and Ramirez absolutely was so beautifully majestic throughout it. And yes, you could say maybe he could have had a microphone rather than an in-piece microphone, but if anything, he needs to express himself by having a hands-free microphone, and he was amazing. Like, honestly, Ramirez could potentially go far with a performance like that. Fingers crossed. And you know what? Well done, Malta, for again an amazing result. It's very rare they get an amazing result, but they do deserve this, I think, anyway. Right, into the top 4 now. 4th place was France with Tutuan performing Comme si comme ça. I think this is about as fair as it could be. He did a fairly decent job. It was a very catchy song. I think the staging was a little bit weak to begin with, like, especially only just showing the whiteness and a bit of blackness and whatever. It was a bit of bland staging, but the entourage around him was very nice. He performed it very well, and all the audience were enjoying themselves. I think this is a fairly fair result. I think the juries maybe gave it a little bit higher than I would have thought it did, but you know what, the online vote still did it really good justice, so well done, France. I think maybe they could have perhaps done a little bit worse, but still 4th place is impressive for France. They still know how to get those juries on side, even though they didn't get top of the juries this time. They came 3rd, but there you go. Right, into the top 3 now. Ukraine were in a very impressive 3rd. Hear Me Now, performed by Artem Kotenko, getting 203 points. They came 2nd overall with the jurors, and also 2nd overall with the online vote, so 3rd place overall, but that's the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. Look, he performed it extremely well. I love this song, and you know what, now it's my personal favourite after seeing what I saw there. And I started going by the stage, and like it was copy paste staging from the national final, but why change something that isn't broken? I'll talk about that in a moment, by the way. So we'll come to that. But yes, Ukraine, a very impressive effort. He performed it, especially at the beginning where he goes, with a high vote right at the beginning. You knew what you were getting into. It was a powerful performance. And if anything, I think it could have perhaps topped the jury vote and maybe given Portugal a run for its money. But, you know what, it didn't. So only 10 points behind 2nd place in the end. But you know what, well done Ukraine for an amazing 3rd place result. Watch them for next year, I would say. Normally they haven't done that well over the last few years, despite keeping with a certain theme, which they have done again this year. But this one had more impact, if you ask me. 2nd place with everybody's favourite in terms of the online vote. Yeah, I got this completely wrong in terms of the online vote. So look, let's get the main crux of it. 2nd place was Portugal with Victoria Nicole performing Esperanza. 213 points it got overall. 96 for the jurors, which was 4th out of the jurors. And top of the shop with the online vote with 117 points. That is incredible. And you know what? Now, just to quickly say, I thought this wouldn't do as well as it may do with the online vote, and that's only because I was going by the hype that North Macedonia got last year, and the fact that everybody hyped up the UK in 2022, but it only just got the top of the online vote with 80 points. It wasn't bigger at all. We only won by 1 point. So I didn't think it was going to get this amount of online points, but I was completely wrong. I hold my hands up. Well done, Portugal. You absolutely deserve it. I still am not 100% keen on the song. Like, it's not a memorable ballady song, but then again, Malta wasn't a memorable ballady song, and neither was the eventual winner, which we'll come to in a moment. But, actually, you know, I do remember Malta more, but either way, Portugal, Victoria, arguably the best vocals in the contest. I've said it. I've been saying it for a little while. She has the best vocals this entire competition, and she was amazing. She didn't do the whistle notes on the night, or at least not on the televoting night, but I wouldn't have been surprised if she may have hit those on jury night, or maybe she didn't. I don't know. I mean, she only got 4th with the jurors. But yeah, she still got a very, very healthy 117 from the online vote, which gave her 2nd place overall. A lot of people, of course, online are disappointed, saying she's robbed, blah, blah, blah. Just deal with it. Because especially when you consider that the winner was Georgia. Literally, this has come out of nowhere. But well done to Georgia. I think they fully deserve this result. Andrea Putskaradze with the song To My Mom with 239 points overall. It got 6th overall with the online vote with 59 points. Only 59 points. That's quite huge. That's quite a bit of a disparity, especially when you consider the jury vote with 180 points out of a possible 192. It was 12 points off from the maximum, and if you saw on the night, it got 12 lots of 12 points, literally 12 lots of 12 points from the jurors. It clean sweep with the jurors. I always say it doesn't matter what everybody else thinks of each particular song in the online vote. It's what the jurors think that mainly counts with the Junior Eurovision Song Contest, and they absolutely loved this. I won't say necessarily the song, but it was the package with the LED screen with the mum on the left, with him being on a like a little cinematic desk saying, "Oh, writing to my mum." The LED screen in the background, the extra dancer expressing the feelings. Everything was classically in favour of a jury landslide, and I can understand that. And he was amazing vocally as well. Like, he was arguably one of the best vocalists on the night. I'm not saying he was, I'm still saying Victoria was, but I think he was a good, very good second, let's face it. Andrea was amazingly done live. Everything about it felt beautiful. I can understand why the jurors gave it loads of points. Maybe 180 is a bit excessive, but I don't know. It could be one of those sorts of things. I don't know what to say. Like, was it excessive or was it perhaps just worthy? Either way, the jurors... Well, look, the Junior Eurovision Song Contest is mostly set up for jury victories anyway, which it has been since, I think, 2019. Or at least 2020, I think. But what are you going to do? What are you going to do when the jurors have just absolutely made sure this song won like anybody's business? Although that being said, Portugal, you know, if they'd gotten a few more jury points, that would have been interesting. That would have been very interesting. But well done to Georgia. I think they fully deserve it. Make sure you give them a love in the comments below. Please don't say Portugal were robbed, because they did come an impressive second, even though everybody didn't want them to win. They did top the online vote, but hey, that's the way the cookie crumbles with the voting system in general. Let's just have a quick rundown of the full online votes. So just looking here, North Macedonia were last, then Ireland and Estonia. They were really low with the online vote. San Marino actually were like 5th last. They were 17, 16, 15, 14, 13th with the online vote. So they I don't know how that happened, because I just didn't particularly rate it on the night, but hey, some people loved it. And Netherlands actually did really well with the online vote. Malta got 3rd with the online vote. That is really impressive for them. Ukraine were 2nd with the online vote, while Portugal clean sweeped it. And the eventual winners, Georgia were 6th with the overall online vote. There they are there. And a recap of the jury votes. San Marino plumb last, almost nul point. Thank goodness that wasn't the case. And yeah, Cyprus, Poland, bad as what you would expect, really. Although that being said, Ireland were just outside the top 5 with the jury votes, and North Macedonia were also just outside it, and I think maybe Netherlands as well. Hang on a minute, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 20, 10. Oh, Netherlands were 10th with the jury, so they were fairly consistent with the ending result, but they were pretty low. Oh no, they were pretty high, so they were 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 7th with the online vote. So yeah, it didn't really change much, did it? But there you go. Those are the total results. I think overall it was a deserving winner, but that's just how I see it. But of course, as always, never mind what I think. Please let me know what you think in the comments below. Was Georgia your deserving winner, or were you rooting for Portugal, or for any other country for that matter? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Otherwise, you know the drill by now. Subscribe for more of my Eurovision juicy goodness. Smash the like button on this video for good measure, and of course, ring the bell to get notified about my latest videos. And I'll catch you again in the next one. And I will also be doing little meme tributes to all of this Junior Eurovision malarkey will happen this year, so stay tuned for that. And of course, my top 17 is out in earnest. Take care of yourselves. Bye bye, everybody. Bye bye.